The film world is abuzz because of the fact that you're going to work for and with Francis Ford Coppola.
With.
With.
Yeah.
Yes, let me correct that. You said somewhere that you were very fond of The Godfather, but not of Apocalypse Now. That interests me.
I think there was not enough money in Apocalypse.
What? Not enough money? But...
No, it was, 40 million in a picture. That was only what was the payroll of American embassy in Saigon for one afternoon.
Oh, I see.
So, if he was going on the money way, it's not $4 million, which is not enough. It was maybe $40 billion. Then he can maybe reach what was the American war in Vietnam about. Mm-hmm. And if not, if he has not $40 billion, then he better do 2 or 3 million pictures.
I'm almost certain that I see the point.
I'm sure you do.
Yes. That reminds me
it's
of...
It's not a question. Very often in picture they oppose art to money. Mm-hmm. And very often people think they try very hard, they think of themselves as artists, and they try very hard to not to be linked with money, to be separated, to be independent from money. I don't think so. Art is not independent from economy. But on the reverse, economy is not independent from art. I remember speaking with, being invited with Mr. Blue Dawn, the head of Paramount and Girlfriend Western, and I said that to me, you are not independent of art, Mr. Blue Dawn. He said yes, and we went into his dining room, and it was full of Picasso and Renoir. Yeah. Obviously, he was not independent from art.
Do you assume that he put those there, or that the designer did?
Well, nevertheless, they were there.
They were there, yeah.
So it was no need. I mean, art and economy are both sides of the same medal.
Mm-hmm. Well, Picasso was not uninterested in money, was he?
Of course. I'm not.
No.
I like money. I think the money things is the only way you can have great fun in making movies. Mm-hmm. To spend money a different way than your dad has told you. Yeah. And this is very hard. You became really independent when you have the power to spend the money for the movie at your own timing.
The way you want to.
No, the way the movie needs it.
Does that mean if you want to take 3 years to go back and forth,
sure,
you should have that freedom?
I mean, the best example is Chaplin. It took him between 7 and 8 years to deliver every movie. And that's why maybe why they were so strong and praised by all over the world.
Mm-hmm. How do you see the controversy, which has blown over pretty much by now, but the idea of Vanessa Redgrave being cast as there was a tremendous flap, as we say, about that, and it seems to me most of the arguments about it missed some essential points, but if only because it distracted from the work so much. It was hard to...
I don't understand what does that mean. Does not everyone have the right to be in a concentration camp?
What?
I mean, from what I heard, why Vanessa can't be in a movie playing, why not? Because she's supporting PLO?
Mm-hmm. That was the idea, yes, and that it so upset the lady she played, for one thing, that...
No, I don't understand. She's a good actress, a good girl, and it was mainly, maybe she'll understand better a support of PLO by playing this character. And
right or wrong?
Well, right or wrong, but you need first, there is nothing like one image. An image is always a link between the result of the shock of 2 images.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that the personal feelings of the woman she played play a role in this, or were important, or should have been considered above?
She probably did. She did, because she's an honest actress.
Yeah. But the woman she played wanted her out of it. And,
well, but maybe let's ask
there are people who would say she suffered enough being in the concentration camp without even...
Then let's ask the woman to try to play it. And if she's better than Vanessa...
That would be...
Or maybe let's ask the woman before trying to make a test and to play an unknown Palestinian woman. And maybe it will change her point of view then.
It's unlike any other situation because there's never been anything like the concentration camps. You almost have to have separate rules for that subject and every other subject.
Yeah, that's what we said about why are people afraid by images. An image is something very, I mean, it's not dangerous. You can, you just have to study. If it's wrong, you do another one. It's like justice. I mean, you work on experiment, and then you have the good evidence. But even one evidence is not enough. It has to be opposed to the other evidence. And then the justice comes from little to little.
I must ask you this, so I don't leave it out. Much is made of your peculiar way of photographing a scene, and there are times when it looks like the camera got loose and wandered away in the middle of a conversation. And you have talked in a way that intrigues me, but I don't understand it, about space, the space between two characters. You talk about Velázquez, the painter, sometimes became more interested in the spaces between people than the people themselves. I don't get it, but I'd like to.
Well, communication is being between. So I think to be between is the only way to go to the people. If you start from one point, maybe it's too strong, like in this case between the Jewish woman, Vanessa case, because it's too strong. You have to start between. And a camera, I mean, this camera is between us. That's because of that we can talk to each other. If not, if the camera was just, or I use an image, I mean, to go from one station to another one, you need a train. I think movies are the train, not the station. And I feel myself as being more as a train and less than a station. And that's an explanation why I'm less anguished, because I'm not waiting anymore for the train.
It all seems to fit together. Could you illustrate it with us? If this scene were about you and me talking, I mean, if that were the scene, it would not surprise me in one of your movies if in the middle of that the camera were to examine the plants behind us.
No, just look at the face of some nice people here.
Oh. But the space that is literally between us is this space in here.
Yeah, but this space is ugly, so it has no...
Well, we don't have Blue Horn's money to decorate it with Picasso.
No, it's not real space. I mean, space is the time you need to go to someone else.
Okay. What do you think of Truffaut's latest movies?
Well, frankly, I think it's, but I'll compare to another French movie maker we hated by that time, and I think he still doesn't like it. It's Claude Autant-Lara. And I think since we were friends 25 years ago, rather close friend, well, then I can see time and space because it has nothing with me in common, and I've probably nothing with him in common.
So you'd say he's somehow lost you as a viewer?
Total stranger. So I really wonder how can he deliver such a film today, which is very successful in France today. And never been successful as he is.
Why can't Americans make better movies as you see it?
Oh, they can, but they probably don't want.
Why?
I don't know, they must, maybe they feel too comfortable at home, and to create, you have to go out of your home and to come back maybe, but you have to go out once or another. I mean, and probably they don't want. Most of the movie makers, it's my opinion, I mean, they don't need movies. they want to be in the business, which is quite a good reason, because it's an easy business, and but they don't need really a movie to bring to someone else, even to one people. I know that from myself. That's why I consider myself more as a doctor or as a patient, and the movie more like a X-ray. So I can show whether my disease or my health to someone else, and if he likes me, he'd like to help me to be cured or to go on. So there is an image of myself, and I need it to speak to someone. It's not possible if not possible to communicate directly with words without images, or just by touching. But you can't touch everyone like that all the day.
No. Leads to problems.
I mean, I don't know, but I never...
There's only a minute remaining. What was the last time you saw what you thought was a great American film?
I think the latest one I see, which is a very good one, was Martin Scorsese, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, which I think is a great American film.
And why did that please you more than others?
Well, it's too long to explain, and I have to explain or to criticize it, but with images and sound, just not by words, which is difficult. If not, you do statements, and I don't want to make statements.
Okay. In 20 seconds, I heard the most mysterious thing about you, that there was a part you had in a movie, and if you couldn't, you wanted either Diane Keaton or Robert De Niro to play it.
Yes, I made a mistake because I saw them both, and I proposed both for the same part. And they say the one who will say yes, then it will be a male character, and if she was, it will be a female character. But they were puzzled. They didn't understand, because a character is just, to me, it's a move or a motivation. It can be played by a woman, a man, or a child, or an animal sometimes.
Does it bother you when they say he's a great innovator and groundbreaker, but other people must go on from where he is, that he's not a great filmmaker?
I don't understand.
That your innovations are brilliant, but that the films as a whole are always mysterious and disturbing in some way.
Maybe it was too much, but I think nowadays it will not be that way, so they are wrong saying that.
Now they're wrong.
Now they are wrong,
in the new film. A very fast good night to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.